Run has started. It started, people. We are in it. Forgive me for being a bit MIA. I've been going through quite a lot. This video is going to be quick, but welcome everybody to Crypto Angles podcast. I don't know what number it is, number 78 maybe. Over here we combine astrology with the crypto market, and we are going to get a big impulsive move soon. So welcome. Let's just jump straight into it. There's no Gematria connections on this video. I attempted to do a video once last Sunday, and the memory on my laptop just wasn't memory, and it just cut right off. We was going into SHIB, and I feel that is a meme coin to get into. I'm not gonna lie. But this video is just gonna be quick, just updating things, and then hopefully once I've sorted storage, we can get into those gematria connections as to why I feel SHIB is gonna SHIB. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're gonna look at the astrological story of this cycle and then look at the technical analysis. But as you've seen already, we're in the orange. We're in the orange and it's turning lighter. Pay attention to this Bitcoin stock to flow model. Type it in on Google so you can look at it yourself daily if you wish. Because when it's turning yellow, we want to be getting out. Okay? When it's turning yellow, we want to be getting out. Bitcoin moves first and the rest of the altcoins will follow. So, this astrological story, what is coming up? We are in Mercury retrograde and it is stationing retrograde where in Ophiuchus. Oh, it's stationing retrograde in Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is this transformation energy. Okay, so we're already in that transformative energy. As the sun enters Ophiuchus, it's going to be in that transformative energy as well. The markets are transforming. People are making millions from meme coins right now. It's just so wild, but it's transforming. This Mercury retrograde, pay attention. Lilith going into Sagittarius. I don't really feel that will impact the market as much. Not really, except your passion is focused on going in a new direction. So that may be crypto for you, building up in crypto and things of that nature. Mercury stationing retrograde. Usually in the retrograde periods, corrections can happen. So we've already started to see a correction in the market, as you can see here with Bitcoin when it decides to load. We've started to correct anyway, because that's on the hourly. If we go on the daily, why am I on the hourly? But literally, as Mercury retrograde has begun, we have started to correct. Bear with me. So there's nothing to be alarmed with that, and this correction is normal and healthy, and we'll look more of that when we get into the technical analysis. But what I've noticed, we do correct in the Mercury retrograde, and sometimes like midway through we can really propel out of it, or at the end of it we propel out of it. Now something I do want to bring up, oh, don't move that, is in this Mercury retrograde we're getting our full moon. Okay, we're getting our full moon where price likes to find its resistance, and once it's clearly found the resistance, you can then long it, literally at the end of Mercury retrograde. So there's no coincidences there, especially because remember my podcast where I spoke about, just search on my channel, I'll link it to this video, but I spoke about the Mercury retrogrades, the full moons during the Mercury retrograde, which was a signal that I found using Gematria, mentioned in that movie, Leave the World Behind. Now, the first three didn't really do anything, nothing major, but this one, I feel it's signaling, especially because it's literally right at the end of that Mercury retrograde, that could give us a big pulsating move up. It really could, just before the holidays, the holy days, and then settle for a bit and then get moving again in January. But let's bring our awareness to this new moon, no moon, because we're here right now. We are in the new moon phase. Okay, we're in this new moon phase because it lasts 5 days before, 5 days after. So we're already in this new moon phase, which will be a bit of Scorpio and then Ophiuchus as well. So that's transformative energy, the healer and transmutator of energy being the serpent bearer. When it's the new moon, we are pulled up to our new resistance level. So that is what I am anticipating at some point, us being pulled up to our resistance level. Now, because we have had a correction, that could well be just reaching our latest highs. Or could we be pulled up above it, and then being pulled up slightly above it, this full moon pushes us up even higher. So it's all about waiting and seeing, but a big move is coming in the market soon. So that's all I want to bring your awareness to. I'm going to link that full moon during Mercury retrograde video down below. I'll link the shorter video that I done on TikTok, and it's on here as well. And I'll link the long one if you want to look at it. But don't sleep on this full moon during the Mercury retrograde. Okay, so yeah, let's take a look at our technical analysis. And before I do, I just want to say this new calendar will be available soon. I'm working on getting the listing put on Etsy, so the digital copy should be available any moment now, ideally today. So keep an eye out for that. But this calendar does go all the way, the one that we're looking at right now, it goes all the way to March 2025. Okay, so feel free to get that on Etsy if you would like. There's literally a diary as well. New diary will be coming out, and the new calendar will be coming out shortly. But let's take a look at this thing before this laptop decides to not laptop and cut off my video again. So just taking a quick look at Bitcoin, you can see we had gone up, we had extended. So this is a healthy pullback, and there's nothing to be alarmed. Don't trip by the dip. 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 Yeah, there's nothing to be alarmed. It's healthy. Like, I'm there on Threads, and people who are like not really into crypto like that, but they're getting a bit hyped, getting involved, are like, oh no, it's never gonna reach 100K. Now that it's like corrected, they didn't even say corrected. Like, why is Bitcoin falling? Like, that's the nature of it. That is the nature of it. It's gonna go up and down along the way, but the bull run has started. So yeah, this is just looking healthy, to be honest. Let's look at the MACD. So the MACD is going a little bit red on this daily. The RSI on the daily, you can see we're getting ready to peep up to make, I guess, new highs. And I really like this. This again is looking quite healthy. Just look at that. Oh, that's looking healthy. This resistance support level, sorry, it's just going on up, on up, on up. So literally just clearly just come back to retest that again. Don't be alarmed if it even does a double bottom, but it may just do the one and then continue on up. And I just want to focus probably a bit more just on targets in this video, because I'm sure, yeah, that's what I was doing in the last video. This is my measured move from the cup and handle, the big ass cup and handle. Okay, so this measured move is coming at 118K. So, and I may not have put it there and at the exact point, so we can easily say 120 is Bitcoin's next target when it moves from this zone. That 120 easy, it will break past this barrier. This 100K is a psychological barrier. So this new moon, like I'm saying, our new moon could be the one to pull us up back to this resistance level, get broken out of it, or it could pull us higher than it. Let's pop on the moon so we can see. Yeah, so it's either going to pull us, and that will be our new resistance level, or pull us a little bit higher so we can eventually tackle reaching to this zone. Let's take a look at all of these EMAs, SMAs. So we're under the 8 right now, and it has been a bit overextended. And this is also another thing. Do you think we could go lower? So could it be a case of the new moon, the resistance is like here, and we're pulled back down to potentially this level, this 76k level, which will give us, or probably a little bit higher, 79, between 76 to 79k, to then get that resistance. That's also a possibility, but I feel we just have to wait and see how the days go. So keep 76k and 78 in mind for Bitcoin to come back down if we are pushed down by this new moon. But again, don't be alarmed because it's transformative energy. In order to transform, you need to see a bit of darkness, and that's what Scorpio is about. That's what Ophiuchus is about. So don't be alarmed. However, if we just continue on up, we could be pulled up nicely, and these move EMAs will just kind of catch up. Let's take a look at the other one. Get rid of this. So yeah, you can see we are, hold on, I have to reset the chart. Oh, confirmation burp. Let's just put the things on so you can see a bit better. We're resting quite nicely on this. There is like obviously a bit of extension, but it's still looking healthy. I feel we'll probably just cluster around here, giving time for these to catch up with each other, and then continuation. And even if we do fall down, is, yeah, like this one could easily catch us, so we don't go down to like the 76 or 78k if this new moon pushes us down. But we're getting ready to find our resistance level. Okay, our new resistance. I just want to take a look at the luminary moving averages. They are, oh, they're far down here. They're far down here, but it's still looking good because the purple, the dark purple, is Saturn, and the berry line is Uranus. So when Saturn's at the top, Uranus is at the bottom. It's upward momentum. That's what you'd want, is upward momentum. So it's at these times I feel it's good to look more on the smaller time frames, especially like the 4 and maybe even 1 hour. Can see on the MACD on the 4 hour we are slowing down in the red, so that's why I'm looking a bit more for upward momentum. Finishing off a bit of this downward thing, we've done like a triple bottom there. We could get a support off of this moving average, but we're above it now instead of underneath it, which is good. So looking like a potential trend reversal. Yeah, it's looking like it, but then it also looks like this candle's ready to go down again. So just don't be alarmed if it's reaching the 80, back into the 80k. Don't trip by the dip, DCA. It's like more opportunities. More opportunities. Like if I could even have 2 more months, amazing to just add more. But we do what we can. We do what we can. So yeah, that's all looking okay. I'm gonna quickly just check the hourly to see if it's looking more likely we're going down or not. So the hourly, we've entered into the green, but what I've just noticed is this is creating a lower high than these points. So that is a sign of weakness, and that's why I'm like, could we come down to a lower point? Even if we come down and touch the top of Saturn, reaching just under 90k, just don't be alarmed. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. The RSI and the hourly, again, it may finish off going back down just a little bit, and it could get support off the 50 on the RSI to then continue to the upside. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm seeing. I did just want to pull out the fibs because I don't know if I did it in the last video, and then we'll jump onto XRP and close. Well, DXY and then close. So let's make it smaller. How's everyone doing? It's okay. I know it's Mercury Day today, isn't it? It's Wednesday. No, yeah, it's Mercury Day. We're doing it on Mercury Day. I am literally trying to rearrange my whole channel. Not rearrange it, but add my other videos back in. That's something I'd like to do. Add my other videos back in. Oh, look at this. Because it's on the line, it's kind of not the candle wicks, but it's literally gone to the 0.2618 fib just from this little cluster. So again, just under the 90k, and it's so wild because Waters Above mentioned this a while ago. It was like, don't be alarmed if that happens. 100k is a psychological level. They most likely want to get it kissing the 100k, and then it drops below that, pushing more people out, giving fear, fudding people out of the market, basically getting them to sell and all that nature. And being on threads on Instagram, I am seeing that people are selling. I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? So that's interesting that it has touched that fib. And you can see if we were to get our support on this zone at 62k, the next potential level is this 3618. It's like the Fibonacci sequence. It's like it automatically goes to that point. Let's delete that and let's just put our larger fib to see what it's been doing. I might be rough around the edges, baby, yes. I keep it nappy and I do what makes me happy, and nobody can deny me that I'm blessed. I might be rough around the edges, baby, yes. Ah, and look at this from the cup and handle pattern. I know this looks hella messy. Shall I get a better chart for you? But you can see, isn't it? It's because I've got all these lines. I'll delete them because I can easily add them again. And I'll, by the time the next video comes, I'll clean up more of this. But I do want to keep this parallel channel because I feel it may be an interesting zone as the years go on. So yeah, fascinating. From this cup and handle pattern, this first 618 fib is at the 100k level. So we've not actually reached like the measured move or the minimum move for this cup and handle pattern yet. That's 100k, and that is coming this year. It's coming this year 100%. We've then got our next level at 150k people. 150k. I remember when Bitcoin was $13, and I remember talk of it when it was I'm sure a penny. I'm sure that's when I first like heard something of it, and then it was like, or maybe when it jumped up from a penny, the first jump it done. But I definitely remember I was in college when it was $13, and if I had just put my EMA £30 in there, I would have had me a few Bitcoin. Like, it's wild. But then yeah, the next like highest one is 207k. 206. We'll just round it off to 200k. So it's not like unrealistic for Bitcoin to get 100 to reach to 200k. It's really not. A safe measure 150, even safer 100. But they're the targets that I'm seeing. Let's take a quick look on XR Pizzy in the Hizzy. So XRP, I did a video, so fibs were already there, but let's just remove it so it looks a bit cleaner. So XRP, MACD, you can see we're nicely in the green. This doesn't look like it's getting ready to finish anytime soon. We are on the W time frame, by the way. We are clearly like overbrought on the W time frame. So looking at it like this, it just looks like, wow, maybe there does need to be something. So again, corrections are healthy and necessary. But we have had, really hoping this laptop don't cut off, we have had, confirmation burp, 1, 2, and a little one, three W candlesticks of upward momentum. So yeah, it's clearly following suit. And like I said, it's just wild to watch, because even if you go back in my videos, I'm just like, there's not much room here. I'm gonna get rid of this because just don't need it anymore. But I'm like, there's not much room. It trading down here, there's not much room. We're reaching the apex, we really are. And we literally just exploded out of it. So it's just wonderful to see. It really is. Let me reset this chart. I hope my mic's okay. Oh, I reset it and I'm like, that's not even what I want to do. Let's just take a quick look. Yeah, I'm going to pull the fibs and then we'll look on the EMAs and all of that. So just from this area alone, where it kind of broke out from, we do swing high to swing low of the wicks. So it clearly broke through the 618, and its next level, the 2.618, is 170, which we got to 163, 162, 163 cent, $1.63. So it still can, obviously, it's got potential to reach that, which brings us to pass or to measure up to this high, the last high we were at. So again, that would be its next resistance level. And then we're getting $2.31. And where does that measure up to? Yeah, it's bringing us to retesting our all-time highs. Literally, this breakout is going to be retesting our all-time highs. It's going to get close to it before it needs to recalibrate, recalibrate, and then eventually break out of this zone. Now, breakout of our all-time high into price discovery, and it is all blue skies when it comes to XRP once it breaks its all-time high. So keep that in mind. We've got the $1.70, $1.70, and then it's the $2.30, was it, zone? Yeah, it was the $2.30 zone based on the fibs just from this breakout alone. Then it will just need to make its own way to obviously get past this and then break through the wick. No, because technically these are wicks, I'm sure. Let's zoom in. Because this red line was done from the candle, the body of the candle. Yeah, it was done from the body of the candle. And then, yeah, that was the wick. What body of the candle was that? But anyway, so we'll be breaking through our all-time high soon, people. I won't be surprised if we do it this year. Maybe not even breaking through, but reaching our all-time high this year for XRP. I wouldn't be surprised, but I do want to pull this fib. We'll do it from, I'm going to do it from the candle wick, because let's just go all out. To latest bottom. I don't know whether to do it to here or here. It doesn't make much of a difference. So let's take it with a bag of salt. Let's pull it down. So when it finally breaks out of this zone, you can see its first level is $5.23. Just under. Well, you know, let's round it off to $5. $5 is its first target when breaking through. Its next target, we're going to give it $8. Let's round it off to $8. That gives you a little leeway if you're going to take some profit or whatever is your exit strategy, which I need to go through my own. I need to go through Waters Above's course. Like, yeah, can't be lagging now. And then $11.50 before a potential correction. So they're like easy targets, I'd say, for XRP based on that. But keep in mind, we done 1000x on this move here. So bringing us 1000x Let me actually show you so I'm not just gassing. Let's get rid of this fib. Laptop, I hope you can laptop. I won't be long, I swear. So let's get this 100x, 1,000, sorry, to the wick. 1,000%. Can you see that? It says 1,000%. We're going to just round it down to 1,000. So I need to make this super tiny now. We're going to do it just from the red line. And we're going to see how much 1,000% is. Yeah, keep an eye on this red line. I don't know how to do it any better than this. So this is just what I have to do. Okay, let's get our measuring tool from the red line. We're going to go just under it to give it some leeway. We're going to keep it to 1,000 because, you know, round numbers. $34 XRP could potentially reach to if it repeats the thing that it did when it wasn't so suppressed. So yeah, keep in mind those targets for XRP: $5, $8, $11, and potentially $34. Just keep that in mind. I know many people are like, oh, it's gonna go to 100, it's gonna go to $50, it's gonna, like, Bearable Bulls put out a video, and I'm gonna watch it after while I'm uploading this. So yeah, and I just need to clock up as well on Waters Above videos to just confirm even my own technical analysis. But this is what I'm seeing personally and conservatively. But I also wouldn't be surprised if there's whatever event on the world stage and it like creates this super cycle for crypto. I just wouldn't be surprised. So I'm going to just go back to the daily so we can have a look on the daily. For XRP, as you can see, is literally creating. Why does this chart do this? Just, it's like it doesn't want to move down. Ugh. But anyway, it's literally creating this. I will delete this after. Flag. This bull flag. You know, it goes up, creates this flag, and then pops up to its next level. So it's creating that, and like I says, we are going to be pulled up into this new moon. So will it be a case of our resistance will be higher, or are we going to be, will this be our resistance? Will we be pushed down further? Oh, something I'll check in my next video, I don't want to make this too long, is we'll keep an eye on the Bitcoin dominance. That's going to be important as well, especially seeing how the altcoins are going to perform. But the MACD on the daily, slowing down obviously in the green. RSI, we are definitely overbought, but that's what happens in a bull run. But it looks like it's ready to do its next little leg of being overbought. What level are we actually right now? 80, 82, 83. Okay. So yeah, we've seen our targets. You know, we're going to reach that $1.70 when we break out of this. That will be the next thing. But I just want to quickly see the moons. Yeah, look at that. That was our full moon. So where will this new moon come in? Will it come in higher? Will it come in at closer to the 170 or what? Bollinger Bands. I didn't even check the Bollinger Bands on Bitcoin. Yeah, we were running along that Bollinger Band. So again, this pullback is healthy. Cool off a little bit, slow down, and then we'll go and attack them Bollinger Bands again soon. Our EMAs, yeah, because they've kind of overextended and price isn't even touching it. Price isn't even touching it. So this cool off is fine. I wouldn't be alarmed if we bounce around in here for a bit and then go off out, but it could start to happen. We don't know. Let's remove them. Put on the other ones, the SMAs. Yeah, huge gap between the 8 and the 50 or 55. But we have been being supported on the 8 very nicely. It's just there is quite of a gap. how will it feel? Will it feel, or will it just kind of keep going? I don't know. I'm not seeing XRP come back down to like 70 cents. I'm not seeing that at all. I feel that would be a drastic move, and that happened when the bull run just wasn't the bull run. It was just impulsive moves and then dropping back down. But it has started now. So we'll see. We'll see. You can clearly see the wicks to this zone 120, so that's a clear support. 128, 127, 128. So that is a clear support. So ideally is keeping that, and this is a new support as well. It's 140. So it's seeing if we can keep that, because if you can look, might be rough around the edges, baby. Yes, I do what I keep it nappy, and I do what makes it happy. Like the candle wicks, even though not the wicks, we wicked below it, but the body of the candle stayed above $1.40. So this is telling me this is a strong support level, and as long as we keep the candle closes above it, then it's looking more like upward momentum rather than retesting lower zones. But the next support is 227 to keep in mind if we break below 240. But if we don't, and if we can hold 240, we're going to see 170, $1.70 XRP shortly. Maybe even 180. So that is what I'm seeing with this. Oh, a lot of volume happening here. I just want to. Oh, the luminary moving averages are. Where are they? They're down here, squashed. They're just doing their thing. They're doing their thing. Quick look on the 4 hour, and then we'll check the DXY and then close. Yeah, so MACD on the 4 hour looks like it's slowing down on the red, so that's looking healthy. Interesting. Will we go a bit lower on the RSI, or will that be it? But there may be a little back test, and if we get support on that moving average, then it's all good to go. It's good to go. So you can see this a bit more clearer, this channel that it was kind of trading in. So we are still in it on this 4 hour. We are still in it. So like I says, don't be surprised even if we hit here, this 47, and then come back down to retest that 1, 2, 3 time, because I noticed that sometimes XRP just moves in threes. So just keep an eye out for that. Don't be alarmed. Don't trip by the dip. Don't trip by the dip. Right, let's just take a look at the DXY quickly. I might be rough around the edges, baby, yes. I keep it nappy and I do what makes me happy, and nobody can deny me that I'm blessed. So what has the DXY did? Oh, we reached the higher point. We actually reached it, people. You know, I was saying for months, I'm like, oh, only if we break this last high, that's when we'll reach this. So this is actually fascinating, because usually they go the opposite direction, but it really seems as if the dollar and crypto are moving quite similar, because crypto's gone up, the dollar's gone up, and I do feel it's because of confirmation burp. It's the story on the world stage of the president election. So this is interesting. This invalidates everything, because we have created a higher high. Clearly not from this point, but from this zones, we've created a higher high. So it's just telling me this back test to the zone it's pretty much at now. And we could go up further, only if we don't, create a higher high than this. If we create a higher low than this point, then that's just like, okay, it's potentially more so we're going to have a correction down. But if we get past this point, then of course we'll go higher. I guess we'll see how the presidency goes, because if people have more trust and stuff in, you know, Trump and blah blah, then that would be a cause for like people to invest more in the dollar, and it will bring the value up. The pound better move as well, you know, because I mean I like it when the dollar is more than the pound. I mean I like it. I like it when the dollar is like super cheap. But anyway, yeah, so it's interesting. This is really interesting. You can see on the MACD, on the W time frame, we've probably still got a bit more in the green to go. Um, but yeah, we have reached the top. So a correction, obviously, like it's doing now, is fine. But yeah, it seems as if it's done a break and retest from this zone. So that's all I'm seeing for now, people. I don't want this to cut off, and I really hope it still works and doesn't just cut off. But yeah, do make sure you grab this calendar. I do offer birth chart readings as well if anyone is interested in that, and make sure you stay tuned, of course, for the next calendar. If you did like this video, do give your girl a thumbs up. Help me out. I'd really like to start getting, you know, some energy back from these videos. But any support will help. Just liking the video or grabbing the calendar or getting a reading is more than enough. But we are in this bull run. Keep an eye on that stock to flow model. Stay safe out there, people. And I'll see you in the next Crypto Angles podcast. Angel out. Bye.